question so that it helps you, with your health goal. So if your health goal, like for myself, I need to be healthy. It's not I want, it's a need.
A must.
A must.
Yeah.
So the question I ask is, every time I eat, I always say, is this healing me?
Wow.
Is this made from the best intention? Where did this food come from in the ecosystem? I wonder if the people who planted my vegetables were fighting, or when they were looking and planting the seeds, were they saying, I can't wait to see how much I harvest? Those are things I ask myself. So am I eating well? Am I eating healthy? Do I have enough greens? And if I say yes to those, check. I've honored myself. Second, business, career. Am I surrounding myself with the people who believe in what we are doing? Do we co-create and collaborate with other people? Do we embody all the things that we say we, educate people on? Mm-hmm. That's a check in your profession. And I'm so happy. And do I limit myself and say, okay, I can work 2 more hours, but I'm going to close my laptop because I know I have to love myself and take care of myself. I need to sleep.
Oh, I need to do that one, sister. I got to do that one.
Oh, yeah, I know. A lot of us who are entrepreneurs are guilty of this. I don't have that luxury of asking myself, yay or nay. I have to. So that's career. Then relationships. Are you with the man? Are you with a man who honors you, who celebrates you, who doesn't try to control you? And you and I have had a conversation on this last week.
Wow. Don't even get me started. We should go only in a podcast for you and I to come with absolute honesty about relationships.
Yes, that's another podcast.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We'll have you back. I want to have you back.
So then you ask yourself, you create these questions for all the different areas in your life. Money. Am I shopping? Am I buying this because I really want to, or am I using it to escape something because I'm feeling lonely? Because I used to shop because I was lonely. Now when I feel like when I'm shopping, when I'm like, I stop myself like the 2-3 weeks ago during the holidays. I'm like, are you shopping because you want to, or are you shopping to mask an emotion that you don't want to accept?
Yeah, wow. This hits home. In my first marriage, I turned into a shopaholic. I was masking all the pain, all the sorrow, I was depressed.
Yeah.
And I will fulfill the needs that I really wanted with my partner, or that I really wanted in truth with things. I had a collection of bags of things that I got rid of, in my second divorce. But, I got rid of them because I don't need them. But it was masking emotions. Right. It was masking truth.
Exactly. So these are the things that I think people should... I suggest that you take a moment daily, or every time you are doing something. We're so much into doing instead of being. Yeah. And when you're in the state of being, you're very conscious of what you are being, instead of what you're doing, because we're just do. And most of what we do is so inflammatory. It's really actually hurting our lives, hurting ourselves. And I try to live a life that's not like that. And I think that between you, me, and other people who are here, who are put on this planet and have the purpose of helping and people, give them the tools necessary to navigate through life, because life is hard, and that's why I feel like the grace of cancer is my secret weapon to navigating through life, because it was through this disease that I'm able to liberate myself and fully live an unapologetic life, where I get to say, yes and no. Because a lot of people can only say yes. They have a hard time saying yes because of fear, because of pain, but they also have a hard time saying no because they don't know their boundaries.
Right. Or they fake it. They fake the yes, they fake the no.
Exactly. So I am constantly having these little mini conversations with myself and really being very mindful and deliberate about every decision I make, about myself, about my life, about what I eat, who I hang out with, what I buy, who am I in a relationship with, who I work with.
I'm a witness. I'm, with you, when our cycle of, calls like that completed, but, our friendship really has just begun to flourish. But every time I was in a call with you, I literally will not book anything else afterwards. I will go in deep contemplation. A lot of things personally in my life changed because of what I learned, how you carry yourself, Veronica. You carry yourself with so much grace and also with so much goodness for other people. Even when you say no, or when you are going to stop like a relationship or a business, or it's with you considered everyone. It's beneficial for truth for everyone. It's not an egotistical decision. It's not a this is me and that's you. No, it's like I gotta honor the truth in my soul. And with that, I honor the truth in you. So wow.
Yvonne, I've said this before with my ex-husband over a decade ago. There's always a graceful way of doing things. And when I knew we were going to get divorced, my goal was to be graceful at it and for it to be amicable. And that's why it was such a betrayal when it didn't happen that way. And I understood very quickly that it takes two. No matter how much I wanted a really beautiful divorce, and maybe that's too idealistic, but I still believe it can happen.
I'm there with you.
There
with you.
But I had every intention, and I still believe that, and I still practice that. I believe that there could be a win-win situation for every resolution that we attempt to create for ourselves. It's not always, but nothing is always, right? But it can, and it's possible. And we must try to go on that path before trying to destroy it. And I want to know that whenever I make a decision, it's never just about me. It's never about what can Veronica get out of this. It's what can we all as a humanity, as a planet, how can we be
human being, Veronica? You're talking about something that should be, and the word should, but
right.
Common sense is a good humans.
Yes.
Humans that care.
Yes, and we've forgotten that is a responsibility that each one of us has in this planet. We each have that responsibility to exercise and practice human kindness. And I did not get that. But it doesn't mean it's going to change me. Just because other people have failed to be that for me, it makes me even more motivated to be that way and to have that kind of response to other people who I hope will wake them up and say, that's a different kind of response. Maybe I should think about how to get there. Because I think we owe that to not only to ourselves, but to other people.
Wow. Veronica, I want to introduce you a friend of mine that is going to actually come to be interviewed also in the podcast. Her name is Shanti Zimmerman. And you are women of maturity, of grace. You are leading the future generations with an example that will heal so many people if they just chose to. What you just said really moved me. At least just think about it. Oh, I want to get there. I want to do my effort. You are not telling them how to think. You're not telling them do this. You're inviting them with your example to, hey, there's another way. And this way feels much better. And this way benefits you and all. This way heals you. This way empowers you. And this way is just being a good human here on earth.
You know, Yvonne, you're so right, because a few years ago, I was the kind of person that anytime I got excited over something, I wanted to share with the world.
Oh,
and I didn't quite understand why they weren't following me. How can you not? But then at the same time, I was like, oh, but that's okay. I'll carry you. I'm strong. Come, I'll take you. And then I realized there was someone who mentored me and said to me, but Veronica, you can't keep doing that, because you'll never make it to the lighthouse, because here you are dragging everyone, and you're being weighted down, and you may not get to the lighthouse. But there are people that's clinging on to your feet and legs. When she created this image to me, I thought, I had such an aha moment where she says, you have these people clinging onto your ankles, pulling you down. They're not ready. You got to release them. Take the ones who are ready to appreciate what you are suggesting that they do, who are curious about what you're talking about, not the ones you have to say, oh, come on, you can do this. No, they're not ready yet. That was a hard lesson for me to learn, because I felt like I was playing favoritism.
Yes, well, I had the same thing. You can't rescue the people that don't want to get rescued. And I don't know if it happened to you, even when you want to rescue them, at the end you tend out to be the villain.
Yes.
Like, why didn't you pay your lawyer for my lawyer? I had this recently. Why didn't you pay your lawyer for my case of the messes that I did? I'm not going to do that. For 2 years, I was like, what the heck I was doing, trying to be the good person. Look at trying to be spiritual. I was not benefiting anyone. It becomes, I drag myself into the pit instead of move myself forward to the lighthouse. This is so powerful. Mm-hmm. And these cancers can be removed just by choosing to do what is right.
Well, cancer is a betrayal to yourself. It is. And I betrayed myself by staying in a marriage that I should have left over a decade ago. But the cultural conditioning was so strong that I felt in my bones, in my body, that I had to stay in a marriage that had no intimacy, no real love for the children. So I did that, and I've learned from that now. And I mean, I processed that to knowing that perhaps I should have left that a long time ago. But I did what I knew. I did what I could back then. And had I known better, but that's kind of like a useless it's not a very empowering conversation, but I've learned. And now, but now I make sure I honor myself. And, and the thing is, I did it for my children. At least I believe that that's what I did it for. And now that I'm on my own, I really am very selective and very, very, very in tune to making sure that I am not in any relationship, whether that's romantic, whether that's acquaintances, whether that's friendship, that does not support and not align with who I am today. And I am not about, here's the thing, and I would like for your listeners to understand and hear. It can be a very lonely path to take when you are trying to do the inner work. But once you get there, and I don't really know if you ever get there, you start to just feel good about yourself and about all the things that's happening. But it's not a destination. You just keep going, right? Because you keep enhancing your life. And then the more, it's a positive loop system. Because the more you do amazing things for yourself and honor yourself and living, embodying it, it keeps you in this positive momentum. But here's the thing. Beware. There are people out there that are going to try and make you feel bad
All the time. I have a lot of people like that. I actually heard Grant Cardone said today